guys, Hope here, and today I've got something a little different in mind. You guys might know this, cause I do brag about it quite a lot. But famous YouTuber Athena P is my sister. Yep, for real. I maybe mentioned it a couple of times. But not just for brag's sake. I mention it because she's not just my sister, but my best friend. When she's not anxiously working on her videos, we're basically spending all day together. She's the reason I even am an animator, because she believed in me so much. Enough complimenting that huge story, though. Anywho, my crazy-ass sister has been working on this Eddie Burback-inspired video for the whole year. About going to all the Great Wolf Lodges and playing this game she was super into as a kid. It's almost like nostalgia's her whole thing. And I went along with her, not really expecting to like the game as much as she did. But it was flipping awesome. The game was called MagiQuest. And it basically was this roleplay / video game, but in real life. We had these wands. I named mine Elsa and Scarlet. And there were multiple locations, and I maybe hyper-fixated over a certain character. But anyways, since me and my sis love this frickin' game so much, and it's super underrated, we decided to do our first collab on it. At first, I was honestly not sure about this video, just because I don't want to use my sister's success like some nepo baby. But this is her fault for being so successful and awesome and my best friend. Ugh, you make me sick. Anyways, enjoy our rant.
So maybe the first thing we should do is break down which locations in this giant trip we did together. Because what it feels like for me is that you were at half of them, Ben was at half of them, and then there was Maryland when you both were there and it was a crossover episode.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, that was so much fun. I obviously miss Ben, but my favorite ones, I think, were Niagara Falls and Tennessee. Maybe our first
For
two.
sure.
Those were amazing, though.
Those were amazing. And specifically Canada, like, I actually just finished scripting this at the time of us recording it, but, like, just reliving the experience we had where it's like, you guys came off the street! It's like,
that
what?
lady was horrified.
She was so scared of us. I'm like, no.
She was acting like we were like adult men with beards.
Yeah, for real. And it was so crazy because then we hear, and I didn't put this in the video, but then we heard this story that's like, oh, so the reason we do this is like there was a kid that was dropped off by. Oh, you tell the story, Kelly.
Okay. So, like, apparently there was this kid who was just abandoned at the Great Wolf Lodge so his parents could go gamble while he played MagiQuest. So I guess no kids can have parents there.
No, it's not even about the parents being there without their kids. It's about, oh, like, it would have been easier to find this kid who was lost if we had his room number. I'm like, okay, cool story, I guess, but we don't have kids to get lost. we actually abandoned our kid at the casino so we could play MagiQuest. Like, what? Irrelevant. Your honor, irrelevant.
I think it was supposed to be, actually, now that I think about it, it's like, okay, so parents will abandon their kids here. We better make sure the other creepy adults who want to play our game don't come here, just to make sure there's no kidnappings.
But the thing is, like, we, in this hypothetical world, we could be creepy adults that booked a room. It's like they made up this elaborate story just to be like, please spend more money. Please spend more money so if your kid gets lost, we have a room number, as if that actually helps any sort of investigation. Give me a fucking break. Anyway, the whole story didn't make sense. I was just glad they didn't kick us out because they were really close to kicking us out.
I think they realized that, oh no, we have to give them their money back. They spend so much money here.
Yeah.
No, let's just let them stay to spend more money.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. So the locations we went to together, Tennessee, then North Carolina, which after you experienced, because you experienced peak MagiQuest at the very start.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was your first MagiQuest experience.
I think North Carolina kind of sucked because it was just the hallways. I was like,
But that was my childhood, Kelly. Like, my childhood was the hallways, and, like, I love the hallways. I didn't know there were places dedicated to it. That would have changed my life.
You were such a deprived child.
I was, and I'm glad you said it. Because I've shown you the pictures of Myrtle Beach. I've shown everyone the pictures of Myrtle Beach.
That's so pretty.
That shit looked insane. So, like, Tennessee, North Carolina, then the next one went together was Florida when we first did Evergreen together.
Really?
So, like, yeah. So, share your opinions on Evergreen, because our opinions on this differ so much, and I think this should be the part of your video where you really live your truth and don't apologize to them or to me.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
Springbook's the best. And I make no apologies for that.
Listen.
Artistic queen.
Mm-hmm.
And trans queen.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I just think the execution, and it's a kid's game, so I...
Yeah, 5-year-olds are playing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have no room to speak. And I love her. I support her. Autistic trans. Legend, even.
You're on thin ice here.
But she's so annoying.
She's not annoying. She has special interests. She's not diagnosed yet.
So, oh yeah, and we were coming up with a bunch of headcanons for these characters because we don't get to see them a lot, and they're, like, interesting enough. So, let's go through all of them. So, Springbook is the youngest, obviously, right?
Yeah, oh, totally. Then there's Baraxis. He's, like, the old mentor, but he also doesn't do shit because he's, like, just sleeping.
He's too old for this. I feel like he'll be, like, a shoulder to cry on, maybe give good advice, but he might start sleeping halfway through the advice.
So Kinger. He's Kinger vibes.
For sure. Maybe a little bit less emotionally intelligent, but... kind of like that.
Back in my day, we just punched our feelings away. Go ahead, punch the tree, Springbook.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm so glad you could worry about if your friend likes you or not. I was worried about if my friend was alive because of Charlotte the dragon.
Farfeather's like the Rainbow Dash of this group. She's
I've
fun.
been saying.
Basically, she's overconfident, but like in a nice way, sort of.
In the Maryland location, I met an employee who was just like, Farfeather is the worst. An abuser. A loser. I'm like, I think... And if I'm the one saying this, you know it's pretty, like, intense. I'm like, I think you're overthinking this a bit. Telltale.
That's my sister's favorite. And he's fruity as fuck.
Yeah. I always go for the fruity guys, but I loved when we were talking about, like, how Farfeather and Telltale are either giving siblings or they're giving we're a couple but then realize they were just each other's beards.
Totally. I wonder how they become guardians. I think it's like maybe a school. Is it like a aura sort of deal, like Friendship is Magic, where they like always meant to be the elements of harmony because of the rainbow?
I think it's definitely like a magical destiny sort of thing, especially because they describe Evergreen as like an essence. They're like, ooh, you have the Evergreen, don't you, Magi? And it's like, who the hell are you? Foley.
I feel like he's Spike. That would be a good comparison.
Foley is Spike? I think Foley actually, he like assembled the group. If anything, I think he's like the guy that's on lookout. Like maybe necessarily doesn't have an exact skill, but is like the messenger. Like, oh guys, there's trouble. I found an apprentice to send to you. Like he might be the one that like gives people their missions. I mean, that's literally what, that's actually exactly what he does.
But I don't think he assembles the Guardians, because Baraxis is old as shit.
He did that at the end, though. At the final battle, Foley was like, yeah, I saw it right here. And, like, Farfeather was like, you better have had a good explanation for calling all of us here. And it was like Avengers, but for, like, mid-ass animals.
I wish we had more interactions between the Guardians.
Right? It was only at the very end, and it was all just to be like, oh, Magi, use this rune now. And it's like, you made these characters for what? At the very least, in Legacy, we saw characters talking to each other. We saw Lokarai and the girl that's just like Tinkerbell. I forgot her name right now.
Trixie Pick?
No. It's a different one. They were talking about like the online world right before the Silver Dragon adventure.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Portal.
So cool.
They had like lore.
He said it!
And I feel like that's what Evergreen is missing, because it's like, yeah, okay, it could be a simple adventure now, but if you ever want to build on it, well, first of all, it should be choose your own adventure. It sucks that it's like one set path, because you can only play it like once or at most twice.
I mean, that's the difference between you and me, though, because I play video games kind of in a specific order. Like, even when Pokemon became like a choose your own adventure thing, where you could choose the legendary Pokemon route, the battling Team Rocket-esque villains, and beating the champion, I still played in level order because I liked doing it in the specific number order.
I mean, like, but the good thing about Legacy, even if you do just follow it, like, rune by rune, is that, A, there's different combinations of runes for adventure, so you can choose those runes first, go on an adventure, choose the next runes, another adventure, and at the very, very end, even after you do all of the adventures, it's like, you can get the rune again. I now have, at the Tennessee location, because I went back, there's runes that say number 2 next to it, because I have 2 of those runes. I finished that quest twice. You can't do that with Evergreen. It's like you pay for, and imagine being a parent, it's like you pay for this thing, and it's like, okay, well, that was one day. I was hoping that was going to last a little bit longer.
Yeah, you have to pay double, I feel
like. Yeah, once it ends, you can't go back.
I almost paid for my wand again, I remember.
Let's go back to Springbuck, youngest, and has the power, literally, of imagination, so it makes sense that you really like this character.
Do you? Because I did this thing where I would just, dissociate 24/7, but I called it imagining, because I wasn't, I didn't know the words back then.
In reality, it was maladaptive daydreaming, 1,000%.
We never got that diagnosed, but maybe.
But it's not, the type of thing that usually gets diagnosed from what I've seen. It's the type of thing where it's, fully immersed, and you could, return to the stories, and it, affects your enjoyment of other things, because it's just so much fun. Anyway,
I would love to create a TV show of the MagiQuest characters, because I think they're underutilized characters. I'd make Springbuck the hero, because I love her, and I think she has the most potential to be, a main character, to be honest. It's not just my favoritism. Well, maybe it is a little. But, I definitely
agree. I definitely agree, because she's got that sort of, hunger for adventure and that, charisma. The other guys seem like they've just been doing it too long, and are more like mentors.
Yeah, exactly. Her. They give me Steven Universe vibes, kind of.
Who's Garnet?
Well, Braxis.
Oh, yeah, duh. Okay, so Pearl,
I guess, is
Telltale for sure.
Yeah, and then Farfeather is Amethyst. Totally.
Yeah, actually,
totally works.
You actually ate that up.
I would love to see how the group got formed and everything. Oh my god. Why don't they do more with this franchise? They made the coolest things.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that, now they're making the Great Wolf Pack, which follows the wolves and stuff, and they introduce magic, and the magic isn't the MagiQuest magic. I'm like, why the fuck did you buy Creative Kingdoms if you're not gonna do anything?
It's so annoying. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about these wolves. They're not in the game. Why should I give a shit about them? Okay, we get it. You're Great Wolf Sludge. What about the magic that you actually have?
That's the whole thing, and it's like, water parks, you have more competition. You are the only franchise with this interactive game.
I don't know if they'll ever sell it, because they like
having
the control, but they also don't do shit with it. So it's like, you can't have it both ways. You can either have all the control and do something with it, or you can just sell it and give it to people who actually care about it.
The most frustrating part is that, so they made Evergreen, I think, in 2023 or 2022, and they just keep reinventing the wheel. As endearing as the characters are in the few times we see them, it's like, when Creative Kingdoms made MagiQuest, the original game, Legacy, as I keep saying, Legacy, but
Old.
Maybe so, but what they did back in the olden days is they wanted to keep expanding. When Terra, the ice dragon, wasn't there from the start, they added that as an expansion. They're not expanding.
Seriously? I thought she was always I don't know why she was always there.
They added the Ursa Major as an expansion. The fact of the matter is, they want just an easy story, and they're like, and the end, and they close the storybook. It's like, the story hasn't even fucking started.
Could the Ursa Major be related to Braxis?
Well, first of all, perhaps. And I would agree with that theory, but what's racking my brain even more is 2.0, how they actually have the Totem Masters. They have Braxis as a baby.
That was so boring. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like it. We barely did anything with our wands. We had these totems. You know how a Pokemon battle, how you kind of decide how the battle will go when you press which moves to do? They don't let us do what moves we want to do. They tell us what to do. I'm like, okay, fine, let me choose what I want, though, because maybe I want to lose. Did you ever think of that?
Yeah, what happens? What are the consequences? I actually want there to be fucking stakes. The thing is, they tried to make it MagiQuest too much, because to get different powers, you have to run around and get these props with your wand, and then you put the totem on the thing, and then you point your wand at the totem, and then you play with the totem, and then they're like, all right, now run around more. It's like, dude, if I was gonna run around, I'm gonna play MagiQuest. I'm not gonna fucking do Totem Masters.
Yeah, it was boring as hell. I hated it. Also, they barely gave their characters any pizzazz. That's what they do with Evergreen. They gave them each individual personalities. 2.0, it's like, we're depressed because the world's ended.
And they like tried to give it lore because there was a whole like lore storybook section of 2.0. The very little that I got out of it is that area is called Valara. Evergreen is called Valara. It takes place in the same place. The only game that didn't say Valara is Legacy. And you know what? Thank God. Don't let these motherfuckers touch Legacy.
Although, the old guy's probably dead.
Stop it. Stop it. You know
He
not
was
to
in a
say
picture.
You know not to say that to me. I disagree. Maybe that's his great-great-grandfather that just looks exactly like him. And, or alternate universe.
Yeah, I think it is totally alternate well, or other dimensions, sort of. Because, like, the Charlotte, who's also trans icon, she was saying, like, oh, of all the places to be summoned to. We both reacted audibly. We were like,
yes, play that clip of us reacting to that.
Evergreen, Magi. Of all the places to be banished, I had to wind up in Valara.
Banished! It's connected! It's connected!
Woo! That really quick throwaway line. It meant a lot to us.
Because it makes everything make more sense.
And it helps me cope.
Also, I think Questmaster and Braxis are old college friends. I don't know. I can just imagine them when they were hot being friends and battling things.
Hell yeah, dude. So let's say Springbuck is going on a journey. Like, is Springbuck... We gotta remove ourselves as the player from the equation, because in Evergreen, it just kind of revolves around us. But what is, like, Springbuck's goal? I feel like I haven't seen enough of the world. Evergreen, the stakes being just 4 trees. Why is it only trees that we're saving?
Maybe the trees are the source of their magic, so no
Maybe.
trees, no world itself.
Well, yeah, no, that does make sense, because Foley was, like, literally getting life back from the Evergreen, because I think the trees make Evergreen, which is the source of magic, and each of the trees represented each of the team. But we don't know what each of the teams does. It's like, oh yeah, so Springbuck has imagination, and you get that in the rune. It's like, who are the other members of this team? Is Springbuck the only member of this team? The founding member of this team? What are these fucking teams?
I think it's sort of like in Gen 5, when Twilight, for some reason, stole all the magic from all the ponies. And like
Jesus Christ.
So basically, I think it's something kind of like that, where there's magic inside. Every creature has a little magic inside of them. But maybe our main guardians are like the elements of harmony, where they're the ones with the special aura magic in them.
I think that's another way that Evergreen is kind of a flop, is just because 5 characters are not enough. Think about how many characters are in Legacy. Between the dragon and the goblin, it's like, I feel like the new Charlotte and the new goblin, like, they're not really identifiable in any way. It's not like a big deal to defeat them. It's just to save the tree. And on top of that, there were more heroes. It felt like a world. Evergreen just felt a little empty to me. It's like, okay, there are 5 main characters.
No, you got a good point. It's like, they all had their own motivation, every villain. Like, the goblin wasn't he stealing the treasure to make the princess, like, marry him or something?
That's what was kind of implied. Like, he never fully said it, but, like, he was stealing the princess's jewels, and the princess's jewels actually gave her power. Like, she had the stars. Like, that's the other thing. It's like, there's a princess, there's a pixie, like, there are other good people outside of the ones that are just giving you the quest. When I think of Evergreen, I think of the tiniest little world full of these 5 creatures and us. Like, there's nothing else to save.
You're right. There's, like, no other characters.
It feels so empty.
I would give them all, like, tribes that they kind of rule.
Yes.
Had, like...
Well, that's what it says. It says, like, join the tribe. It's like, tribe of 2. I see the potential, and it's like, it would be different if, like, somehow Evergreen was first and they were refining it. But it's so frustrating to see that this is the latest version, and it's like, you're not even grasping what made the original so great.
It's like they reversed it. And since I know you're doing obviously all of this, did you ever talk to like the creator of all these games? I'm curious, like, what did he think about the new lore or what, or lack thereof?
I haven't talked to the creator of Legacy. I've talked to people who have worked on Legacy, and I mean, they're not happy. And the thing is, like, I asked this group, I'm like, what would you say, like, if you had Great Wolf Lodge's attention? They're very cynical already. They're like, they don't listen to us. They don't listen to anybody. Like, they're not even gonna see your video. I'm like, first of all, don't put down my fucking video. What the fuck? But they said, they were like, it's not even that we're beefing with Evergreen as a game. It can exist as like baby MagiQuest. Why are you removing Legacy from locations. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's not the fact that there's this new game. It's the fact that they're, like, erasing the history and lore.
He said it! He said it!
That was so well established and so much love went into it.
Dude, you know what I would kind of like, if I could, like, I would put, like, 3 options, like, either choose Legacy, 2.0, or Evergreen to play, and then you can just reuse some of their assets for each one, so that way they can keep playing all the versions.
See, this is what I've thought since the beginning, because it's like, even though I don't see why anybody would choose 2.0 over Legacy, in all honesty, I don't see why anybody would want to, but
I'd choose Evergreen over Legacy sometimes. I love Springbuck, you know that.
You gotta take that out. They're gonna eat you alive! I'm kidding.
Let them!
So, that's crazy what you just said, but I'm just gonna move on. Here's the thing. No one's choosing Shadow Quest. No one's choosing Totem Masters.
I honestly forgot they existed.
It's crazy that you're like, okay, we're gonna have Legacy and Shadow Quest in these new areas. It's like, so you're introducing new games, but there could only be the new game. There could only be the 2.0 with Totem Masters, or there could only be the Legacy or the Legacy with Shadow Quest. It's like, what are these weird ass, fuck ass combinations?
Dude, 2 things. One, remember when the Shadow Quest crystal, but then it just was a regular crystal in that one location? That was crazy, because we were walking for like an hour, and it turned out the crystal was just the Shadow Crystal, even though it said the regular crystal. Remember
that was the Boston location. The Boston
sucked.
location was so weird, because there were things that I like that they did, because there are some 2.0 locations that like just throw their props and there's no like environment around it, like wallpaper or pictures or whatever. It just feels like thrown in a fucking corner. Like, I showed you how Illinois looked. That shit was ass. But that location at least they were like the coastal cliffs, and you saw like the water and stuff. You're like, ooh, okay, I feel like this is the area that they sent me to. That's a nice hint, and it's nicely spread out or whatever. But then the prop sucked. And that's the other thing. It's like, so you're reusing the runes, you're reusing certain characters like Sharlock, and I just want to know why. Like, if I could ask the people who made 2.0, if I could ask the people who made Evergreen, like, why? Like, what is your game offering that the other games aren't?
I think Sharlock might just be the most popular character, because we saw her as the plushie.
Yes,
like,
yes.
He's the only one. There's only one Springbuck plushie, and it's like one of those smushmallow things. Like, where is the anatomically correct Springbuck plushie?
But I think that, like, it's just so interesting that they're like, we know the kids love the dragon battle, so we're gonna keep that. What about everything else?
I guess kids didn't like everything else, but I liked it.
But that's the whole thing, is like, one of the things that I saw when I went to every single location is I wouldn't say that kids were more excited about Evergreen than Legacy. It seemed like they were just hype about it all. You're putting, like, I don't know how much money it takes to make a whole new game, but it's like, you're putting in at least the effort to make these new games, and it's like, it doesn't really fucking make a difference. You're only pissing off the people that grew up with it. I don't understand.
Yeah,
Kids love Legacy. I think literally the only reason they simplified it, because at a lot of the Legacy locations, I'd have parents come up to me, and the parents would be like, how do I do this? And they would get frustrated. And it's like, okay, so are you building a game for the kids to, like, return to and really work on and, like, feel proud of themselves? Or are you making a game so that the parents don't rip their hair out?
They're just doing it for what's easiest for them, honestly.
I know, and it's like, well, it's a game. Like, when should games be easy? You want to give your kids some fucking participation trophy? In this day and age, I feel like just a lot of, like, corporate exec people, like, people that don't have whimsy, that just, like, are like, oh, what's gonna make money? It's just they think of flashy before something that's very, like, engaging. And not everyone is going to connect with these characters that we've met for 2 seconds. You are very empathetic, and you have the ability to, like how you did with Topaz from Steven Universe.
I love the underrated sweet ones.
And I think that there will be kids that are just like, oh, she made her own antlers. She loves imagining. She's wonderful. But you complete the story, and the story's completed. It's like, you can't take that back.
And you never see her again.
They probably all freaking just, like, hugged trees all day, because now the trees are saved. Like, oh, boring, snore. You know what would be so fucking cool? I'm sorry, it just occurred to me. What if you made the Evergreen characters like animatronics?
Oh my god, that would look so cool.
That would be so dope. It's like, Magi, I don't want to FaceTime you like this anymore. I have an idea. Go to this area. I'm gonna imagine that I'm in your realm, and then all of a sudden it's like a fully freaking functional
Oh my god, that
Springbok.
would be the most epic thing. Oh,
we should
this
go
is
back.
one thing I was actually thinking of. Just a weird mechanic. I think, like, you should buy the adventure for at least a week. I don't know why they do it for an hour. Like, say you have a vacation that's 3 days. Why should a family have to pay twice for the same game? They should be able to save the adventure for one day, then they can come back the next day, I think.
I think the problem with it is that they don't make the money off of people staying the night. For you to be able to buy a game for multiple days, for it to be profitable for them, because that is the only service they provide, they'd have to get rooms to stay the night. And I think they should make it an overnight thing, because it's like, one thing that Great Wolf Lodge was going to do, I never told you about this, I actually just found out about it the other day. They were going to have rooms that have wand interactivity in the rooms.
Oh my god, yes.
So they never did that. And it's like, well, that could be a service that this MagiQuest provides. They do it day by day, even though it's like, it's unfair and it's very expensive for families that like want to do this quest, but the quest is the only way the standalone MagiQuest makes money, because they're not a resort. They need to be a resort.
Yeah, it would be so cool to have a MagiQuest themed resort. And
I
instead
would
of
never-
all those stupid wolves, we could actually have, like, cool characters. Like
I would never go to
Springbuck.
Great Wolf Lodge again.
Yeah!
So, how would you write a villain in an Evergreen TV show? What's the villain's motivation, and how would it be an overarching villain instead of just like a one and done thing?
I think it would be interesting if the villain tried to individually destroy each guardian first, and
They
then
go for their weaknesses. So like,
Yeah.
maybe they would take over Springbuck by like her nightmares. It's like your imagination is a dangerous thing.
Yeah. Maybe with Farfeather, they would, like, rub her ego too much. Like, you don't need the rest of them.
Ooh, I love that.
think?
Telltale, like, his whole thing is stories. What if they, like, took away his memory? Where it's like, oh, all you offer is, like, the insight on what's happened in your storytelling. It's like, now you can't tell stories anymore.
I think Viraxis is...
Viraxis's is, you're old. And then maybe, like, they have to visit each other to bring their strengths back. So it's like, for Viraxis, he, like, helps Telltale get his memories back, and then Telltale's able to tell the stories, because maybe Viraxis is, like, reminding Telltale, but Telltale's like, that's not how the story goes. Then somebody has to come out like this, you have to add the theatricality, and then, like, all of a sudden, the cutie mark comes back, and it flashes in his eyes.
Nice.
I don't know why, I'm just imagining Farfeather being like, I'm the best at being a friend. I'm the best. Like, she's still overconfident, but it's like, okay, she's got the spirit, I guess.
I'm trying to think of what the villain's motive... Maybe it would be, like, a dragon, too. Like,
Oh my
they always do
gosh.
dragons.
Maybe it's like, so we got fire dragon, ice dragon. Maybe it's like, this one would be like the wind. Like it like travels in like a storm.
What if it was, like, a hero from the original game became a villain? I mean, that would
No,
make you
no,
sad. That would make
no.
you sad. I know that would make you sad.
It would have to be like they were corrupted too. And they were like, no, that's actually, there's a big, big bad. They were just using me as a little puppet.
Oh, dude, that's actually a great idea, though, because it would tie back to what we think the villain's thing would be, like using their traits to make them villains.
Yes, so it's a pixie. And then I guess the big bag's just Xavier. Bring back fucking Xavier.
Oh my god, what if they made that hot guy, the one who uses the internet, turned evil, and then we made him good again?
Oh yeah, because Lokorai's the one that could travel in between worlds, so that totally checks out for him. He uses that power, and he actually tried to go there to warn them, but then the freaking, like...
Guy got to him.
Yeah. And then Xavier reveals, he's like, I was the one who took down Legacy.
Like, he killed his own brother.
Stop. No, he didn't. No. Stop with the... You will never convince me of this Questmaster is dead propaganda.
I mean, he was really old, so...
He's fine. That's like me saying Viraxis died. Wouldn't you be sad?
Well, it's not Springbuck.
Damn. Her loyalty is only with Springbuck. Okay, if you had to kill one of the Evergreen Four. Not Foley, that doesn't count. I know you'd kill Foley because he doesn't have a fucking personality.
I wasn't even
but, like,
thinking of Foley, to be honest.
Yeah, so in the four,
This is
Viraxis,
hard. Well, Springbuck,
Telltale,
obviously, I'm saving.
Farfeather, and you know what? I would kill Farfeather
Yeah, I
just
probably
because
would too, honestly.
that would be a really cool way for her to go out. It's like, here I am, dying.
For all of you.
Here I am, doing the damn thing. They're like groaning and rolling their eyes like, oh brother, even while she's dying, she's insufferable. Make it stop. I'll make it stop right now. Anything for you, friend.
She was so young.
Farfeather, I didn't mean it. Okay, I'm back. Oh, fuck. Actually,
We're
now
so
I'm
fun.
kind of like sold on the idea of a show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're
You
such funny
pitched it to me.
characters.
You pitched it to me, and you know what? Yeah, they work way better for a show than a video game. What the fuck?
Yeah, and then they do, where the wolves wolves and we're destined to be heroes. It's so stupid. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about you, wolves.
And it's so crazy because they're like, let's go down this water slide. I'm like, they're really leaning into fucking water slides as if they invented water slides.
Also, the monsters in that show suck compared to the ones in Evergreen.
I would just say in MagiQuest in general, you're giving too much credit to Evergreen.
I liked Evergreen.
I like the character designs, but they just used the skeleton of Legacy to make a skeleton.
The one thing that didn't make
no flesh. You feel me?
Also, I think Great Wolf's Lodge made Telltale howl. Because they do all the wolf shit, but then, like, Telltale's a fox, and he did that. Oh, I'm like, why did he do that? He's not a wolf.
I literally have that in my Florida footage. I'll send that to you, too. I'm like, don't do that. You're not a wolf.
Great Wolf's Lodge added it for wolf propaganda.
For real. And the thing was, when Great Wolf Lodge was first making, like, different locations, there was Great Bear Lodge. Like, there is a world where Great Fox Lodge could have existed and Telltale could have been, you know, the mascot or whatever.
That would be so cool.
Freaking Great Deer Lodge and then Springbuck or whatever.
We're going to that! The design of the Lady in the Leaves makes no sense. She just turned into
disgusting.
I think if the worlds are all connected somehow, one of the Lady in the Leaves got together with a tree and had the original Lady of the Leaves.
And I love that, and I support that. I'm thinking about just like from a creative perspective, they made that Lady in the Leaves character and that was the prototype to Springbuck. Like, it seriously was just like, they wanted to create like a bubbly, naive, like sweet, young, and they completely misplaced it at first, and then they were like, wait, let's try again.
Don't ever compare her to Springbuck again. She's nothing like Springbuck.
She literally is, though.
No. We were mentioning before about, like, different versions. I don't think we even remember Compass Quest. We never figured out how to use it, did we?
So Compass Quest, the thing was the props weren't working, but the original team that made Legacy made Compass Quest. So this guy, his name's Bartholomew, the map maker, and he's so cute, I just wanted to talk to him more. But the actual game, like, I wanted the compass to glow. I wanted it to tell me where to go. I want it to serve any purpose other than putting it in a spot and the spot going perp perp, like a car parking. I'm like, wow, that was really boring. I'm really bored.
Yeah, and that was right after Tennessee. I was pissed about that.
That's the whole thing. It's like, also, like, maybe if we did that before, like, not that we would have had a great, grand old time, but we wouldn't have been that disappointed. The fact that we were fresh off the heels of Tennessee, like, god damn, we fell off.
Maybe if Great Wolf's Lodge didn't have to buy the entire location, this wouldn't have happened. If it was like a joint thing where it's like, okay, you own this much of it, but we can still do our own thing, then I think MagiQuest would be saved, because then they could do their own stuff while not having to, like, be in the beck and call of Great Wolf's Lodge.
Exactly. The whole rollout of the Ice Dragon was apparently they weren't installing Ice Dragon as quick as Great Wolf Lodge would like, so they just rolled back all of that. Like, they're just like, they're so bratty. Like, bro, they are making gold for you. Clearly, like, you can't strike lightning twice because no game you've come up with since is as good, and you're not even expanding it. It would be one thing if you were actually, like, trying, but they're not.
They're making up new characters instead of using the characters they already got.
That's the thing. It's like, and why couldn't, imagine if these characters were used for, like, new runes off of Legacy. Imagination rune, building rune. Telltale, I know it's weird, but I almost want to give Legacy a rune, because it's, like, telling the stories of the past. Or, like, history rune.
Ooh, that could be cute. I like that.
Maybe, like, to get that rune, you have to, like, retain information that he tells you. It's like, remember, this is the person that took down this. This is the person that took down this. Visit the man in the stump and tell him what I told you.
That would be epic.
Oh my god. Now I'm, like, actually just getting mad again. And then there's, like,
such a good story. They have such good characters. It's such a good game, and they're not doing anything with it. Instead, they're focusing on these stupid ass wolves. I hate them.
Damn, you're coming for Great Wolf Lodge's whole brand.
Because MagiQuest has magic. They just have wolves.
Are you okay? You keep slamming into my desk.
I'm pissed.
I'm punching it. I'm breaking it. Kelly, no. Kelly. That's the whole thing, though. It's like, they take MagiQuest for granted so much. And it captures the imagination. Like, Great Wolf Lodge was my Disneyland because of MagiQuest. Like, I liked being part of the story.
Yeah, I didn't get it when I didn't play. I was like, oh, you just point a wand somewhere. But then I pointed that wand. I'm like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about the 2.0 adventure was just, it felt so hollow when we were retrieving items. When in Legacy, it felt so much fun to grab the items, I feel like, you know? I think it's all about the story, to be honest. It's like,
Yeah, of course.
the thing is, you have to find Trixie Pixie. It's like, oh, so we're not just going from one location to the other for nothing. We have to find someone, then we collect stuff, and then we can help fix stuff again. But you don't even help fix anything when you just give the person something, and then just like, okay, we're gonna give you this rock.
Not just that, it's a world. Like, you know why you're going there. The Pixie Adventure, you need Dazzle, Healing, and Enchant, and they tell you why you need each room. For Ursa Major, it's Great Wolf and Celestial, and you get all of the crystals to heal this bear. You have a motivation. Like, what is the motivation for? Like, I feel like for 2.0, they were just like, it's the Dark Ages, ooh. And it's like, what does that mean? And they try and be all mysterious and nonchalant about it. Like, just be fun.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
be fun. That's the whole thing.
Also, the time travel plot is always the worst plot line, because it's always confusing, and you have to do it exactly right, or else the time travel thing's gonna be like, this is so anxious and stupid for no reason.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't even care about you in the past. Why would I care about you in the future? I love MagiQuest, and like, I get worked up because it's like, where else can you have such an interactive, fun, immersive experience? I feel like we need less virtual reality and more like live action, immersive roleplay. I want to be in a cape and that damn wizard hat all the time, and I want to do it with different themes. Like, Creative Kingdoms wanted to make a goddamn space adventure. They wanted to make a goddamn haunted house.
They could do such cool monsters, I feel like.
Yeah.
What if they did a werewolf?
Yeah.
That would go with Frank Wilsage's theme.
Not only that, it's just like Creative Kingdoms could have worked with other companies, because they pitched their stuff to other companies, and other companies just worked around the patents to make worse shit. Allegedly, Creative Kingdoms was trying to strike up a deal with Harry Potter World, and Harry Potter World just was like, cool ideas. No. And they worked around the patent, and now Harry Potter World is you point a fucking wand at a dragon and it breathes fire. Ooh, it looks so cool.
I literally saw that when I was at Disney with Gianna.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I think it's Universal, but yeah. And it's like, it looks cool, but it's like there's no game. They could have had like a MagiQuest-like game. Just take that in for a second.
If Universal wasn't up their own ass so much, they could have like bought stuff from MagiQuest, and that would have funded more amazing stuff for the rest of the fans.
Whole thing.
But
it's
they
like,
didn't want to do that.
And as much as like I don't want MagiQuest connected to Harry Potter for, you know, the plethora of reasons, J.K. Rowling's a fucking bitch.
Springbuck and Sherlock would not approve.
No, that's what I'm saying. But goddamn, they would have had more money and they would have had more freedom if they didn't have to fully rely on Great Wolf Lodge, because that's the whole thing. Creative Kingdoms was bought by Great Wolf Lodge because Great Wolf Lodge put in an offer, and Creative Kingdoms was like, oh, you're the only company supporting us. If we say no, will you just not work with us anymore? You're our only investor.
That's the thing with creative minds and like companies. You gotta like rely on the company so much to even do anything creative. And then they take over the creative process. It all goes down to hell.
Butt cheeks. Such freaking butt cheeks.
How did I get to this part of the...
Yeah. Let's bring it back.
That's how me and my sister would write and fix the MagiQuest stuff.
And look at all this beautiful art on screen. These are the ones that Kelly made for my credits of my MagiQuest video.
That took me a while, but I'm so glad I made that. That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
All right, see you later, Gators and Animators.
Bye.